doesn't take forever. Like, there we go, and hit it, Lou. We're live.
Live. The show has started. The wine is being poured. The party has begun. Oh, Amber, where's your drink? Oh, God, no.
Are we going trailing
I'm
next?
gonna grab another drink. Sorry.
I'll bring me a glass too. I'll take some wine. Why not? Let's drink tonight.
Right?
I'm affected and
You
unemployed.
ready? Let's do this. Big girls don't cry. They never do. Why would we? Everything is working.
I'm
so
posting on
well.
Instagram. How many people follow Vicki on Instagram? She's so funny. But I'm letting everyone know we're going live and I'm messing it up right now.
We are live, people. What kind
I'll
of
just
what
finish
are we
it.
drinking?
Later.
We're just drinking the last of my other box, and then we'll move into this box.
What's the
It's
other
all
box?
good. This new box that we're gonna have is Provisions. Provisions Rosé, which I swear to God, you guys, I did a bunch of research on box wines this week.
Yeah?
Because I was doing a special show, and I was actually doing a show, and I had to be asked all about box wines because people think I know about it. So I learned everything in the world about box wines last week. And so Provisions, this one is a rosé, and it was one of the highest rated ones that I could find. And it's actually
really good.
they say it's not quite as dry as the ones from Provence, but it has a sweet taste and it's not cloying. Cloying. That's a wine term. Cloying. Really? And the best part is it's on sale this week at Ralph's for $15. Hello. That means there's 4 bottles in one box. This thing about box wines, for anybody that hasn't noticed, the weather is kind of screwed up, huh?
A little bit.
A little something, maybe. So global warming, all that, whatever you call it, this is carbon, much better for the carbon footprint.
Correct.
Because it's up to 8 times per bottle less in a box wine. So it's like all my life I've been drinking box wine. Didn't know I was an environmentalist.
You're helping the environment. Yeah,
Yes.
it was so thoughtful.
I pretty much saved the planet by myself.
Yeah, I think so.
How did I
All by
drink it?
yourself.
If the last 40, actually I started drinking when I was 13. In the last 57 years, I probably saved the planet
a
by
lot.
buying so many
That's
boxes
so
of wine.
thoughtful of you.
Well, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
And I'm happy you guys are all here. Thank you guys for coming back. We love you. Happy Amber Rose, the beautiful Amber Rose, our co-host. Right on. And the super, super handsome and hot
Yes.
Semper Fi, Mike Finn.
We're working out.
Look at him.
Yes.
Look at that. Want to come to the gun show?
Good
And
night,
I-
living in California.
His current and favorite and last husband, I'm pretty sure that poor bastard is not going to go anywhere. Lou Brockman on sound and doing all this stuff. Emily Chandler, who's producing from afar, and of course my good friend Ed Cohen, who makes everything
Yes.
happen in my life. So we are happy you're here. Another week, you guys. I gotta say, I think people are kind of settling in to COVID.
Mhm.
I think like the depression, the tension. You guys feel it kind of easing up a
Yes,
little
I
bit.
do.
No, I'm officially on unemployment. The depression just hit.
Okay, I got you. Never mind.
You're all I've got, Vicki.
Here we
This
go.
show is all I have left.
You guys, this is what we're talking about. That's why we're going on to fans only. That's why we're going on to
Fans
fans
only.
only.
We are.
That's what
Okay.
I'm drinking.
And so, okay. So you're right. You know, I'm always like that. I'm always trying to make everything okay. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. And but I'm saying that, yeah, it's rough. But I just try to.
I think I'm just getting used to it. I think I'm not as high strung and upset, and it's still shitty. But I'm also like trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately can't go to unemployment because I own my company. So I'm a little
Yeah.
jealous of your unemployment.
Well,
so there's
all
that. Trade you.
Well,
Trade you.
I've got to do it because my wife can't go on unemployment. She owns her own company too.
So it did. Nikki does beautiful eyelashes. They make you look like make you look 30 pounds
I
Do
thinner.
that.
Why do eyelashes make you look 30 pounds thinner?
They
I
do.
don't know,
I
but
swear.
they do. And she got to reopen this week
She got to reopen this week.
here in San Diego.
Yeah, here in San Diego. Fifth and Lash is the studio, and
Yes.
Lash Therapy is her business name. So if
I'm
you look
so
up Lash
excited for
Therapy,
her.
or go to Nikki Vin Artistry.
Sorry, I shouldn't be bad.
Oh
at
my
this.
God.
Fire.
You know what?
I can tell you all about keeping healthy lashes and putting on eyelash extensions, but I do need to.
No, but lash therapy, you can find her, right?
Yeah,
Because
lash
that's
therapy.
brilliant.
We can post her on Instagram too if anyone's on
I got-
Vicky's Instagram. I'll put
I
it in the
went
story.
there. I went there a couple times and got my lashes done. It was so great that I went on tour, and then I couldn't go anymore. But I just thought of that. That's one other thing about
Yeah.
COVID. If Nikki's open, I could get those lashes back. Oh my gosh!
So my business didn't get to open.
No,
Facials, no.
no,
What?
I'm so
Facials
sorry.
No, so we thought we were gonna open. I got so excited, you guys. I was on my highest high. I was emailing, calling everyone. On Friday, I found out we could open. On Sunday, I found out it's for hair. And the reason lashes can be open is because they can wear masks. So facials, we have to take off a mask.
Oh.
And even though we
You-
wear
you-
shields and
you-
everything,
you don't have to take off. You have to take off their masks.
so
Oh.
lashes are included.
Couldn't
'cause-
you just have an eye lift or something? Never mind.
Right. I was thinking, we're trying to think outside the box.
I'm
I just-
sorry, Amber.
I know. And what happens is everyone has acne right now because the masks.
How do you
So-
get over that?
So people are really we're getting a ton of calls on what to do. And so I found a lot of the disposable masks people are reusing, which you really don't want to do. And I think the
You
disposable.
don't want to reuse
You
those
don't want to,
disposable masks.
no.
You throw them away.
Yeah, and I
The
don't.
paper masks.
The paper mask. I'm figuring out that I really don't love those. They have to spray like a lot of chemicals on them, especially because they come from China. And one of the chemicals is like a fire retardant, and it's
Oh.
really bad for you. Like actually, there's a documentary if you could ever find it. I watched it years ago. Actually, don't. It will upset you. But it explains how really it's the most upsetting documentary I've ever seen. That explain what they did about fire retardants and how they made it mandatory. So what they did was they started like this fire prevention alliance, right? And they did them in
Right.
every state. By the way, California, we failed the most. So other places like in the East Coast actually did looked up this fire alliance company to find out who was funding it. And it was a fire retardant company who's actually funding this to make sure that, and they had all these
All the
bird-
little children had to wear these fire retardant pajamas,
yeah,
which were
Killing them.
caused cancer.
there it
That's
is.
why so many children. One of the reasons.
And it has a formaldehyde in it that mimics estrogen. It makes boys feminine. It makes boys
Oh.
sterile.
Well, that explains a lot of my bad
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Been going on a long
No, but
time.
it's scary. They're also making firemen wear this, and they're
Oh, no!
yeah,
No!
not your firemen.
No,
So you're
Jesus
sterile?
God, sterile, feminine firemen.
No,
That's
it's
just
like-
a bridge too far.
So I'm really upset about. So I find the cloth ones, the good ones. Actually, I wish I found this one on Amazon. Next week I'll tell you about. I'll bring it. That you can actually breathe in it, and it's really nice. I was impressed with
Listen,
it.
I make masks all the time,
Yeah,
and I they're just so simple. You can go on there's so many non-sewing masks you can make.
yeah.
But I've learned that t-shirt material is so fantastic, and it's really effective, and it moves when you move a lot. So I
And you
think
can breathe.
That's what I have.
yeah,
I just cut off
there
the
it
sleeve
is.
of my
There
one of my
it is.
shirts I used to work out in.
That's what I mean.
Perfect.
Seriously, I
And
think
just make sure to wash them. So that's the problem
Yeah.
is we're not
You-
washing them, and I get it.
more is better.
I have 100 masks now, and I grab them. I don't even know if it's my kid's mask, my uncle's mask. I wear it because I want to run in the store, right? We're all doing this. We're just doing anything to get inside
Isn't
the
it
store.
awful because you get out
And-
of the cart and you have to come back home for your mask? You
Yeah.
should have like 1,000 masks. in
Yeah,
your
and I
car.
do, and then I'm like, is it clean? Is it not clean? I mean, this is dirtier to me. So taking time to wash your mask in hot water. I don't like Tide or anything by Procter and Gamble. I try to avoid. So I look like the Method, the natural.
Hashtag
No
don't sponsor
Procter.
our show, Procter and Gamble.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, definitely.
Well, we
Unless
might
you
take
want
it
to give
from
us
them
lots of
anyway.
money, then I'm sure Amber will use.
I actually
We were-
won't. I don't think they can even pay me. I'm super mad at them.
Oh,
but
wow.
I found out years ago when I was young, I used to read every magazine. I was obsessed with skincare. And everything I was buying, it would win an award, like from Allure magazine and everything.
Yeah.
Come to find out, every single thing was owned by Procter and Gamble, and it was just they were paying for
Fake.
these awards.
Oh my God!
And
Listen, but you did not tell us about what to do with mask.
so making
acne.
sure to wash your. So
She's going to tell us how to avoid mask acne.
here we go.
Okay.
It's one simple ingredient. It's not expensive. You can buy it almost any health food store. It's called colloidal silver.
Colloidal.
Colloidal
Like
silver.
coitus?
Colloidal
Colloidal?
silver. Yeah.
Isn't that the 20 area?
no. But
What's the
actually,
20
you can
area
use it
called?
anywhere. By the way, colloidal.
Colloidal is not the 20 area?
Nope.
What's that area?
Colloidal. I don't know.
Never mind.
Oh,
excuse
clitoris.
me. Clitoris. Oh, colloidal.
Not clitoris silver.
So colloidal
silver.
silver.
Yes.
Well, it's
And
easy
what-
to remember then.
Yes.
Colloidal.
Remember clitoris.
silver.
So colloidal silver is actually water that's infused with silver, and silver kills all bacteria.
Where do you buy colloidal silver?
Whole Food Sprouts.
Whole Food Sprouts.
My company, Facial Lounge, it's faciallounge.com. I found I think the best silver in the world. This guy happens to make it. We sell out of it pretty fast, but I think it's $16, $17. It's very affordable. It's
Wow.
under $20. It's something you can spray.
Wow.
But any colloidal silver will make me happy. But if you want the
Okay.
best, Facial Lounge has the best one.
Yes.
And we were making this before COVID happened. Thank goodness and this can be used for a lot of things. Look it up. The problem with colloidal silver, if you do Google this, you're going to find all these crazy articles because a lot of people don't want it around because they don't sell their antibiotics and all their other stuff. This is all you need. This
So
stuff's
colloidal
silver.
is like an antibiotic.
It's literally water infused with
Yeah.
silver.
Uh-huh.
Howard Hughes made it famous a long time ago. Remember, he kind of turned gray.
Okay.
Well, there is one guy. This is what you're gonna when you Google it, you're gonna find this guy, and everyone's gonna be like, There's one guy, and I know who he is because my dad was making colloidal silver in the 80s. There's a man who's making it home and drinking it way too much. He turned blue.
Oh.
He literally looks like Papa Smurf. You can Google this.
Oh,
He literally looks like, and he won't
He's
stop.
like the Blue Man Group.
And it will
Yeah,
never
you
go
just join
away.
the group.
Yeah, he can literally be part of he could be the Papa Smurf for the Blue Man Group. He does now. Once your skin turns silver, it's very rare. I only know like 2 people in the world, honestly. And
Right.
my dad's been making this for a long time. It doesn't come out, so people are super scared. This is if you make your own silver and drink gallons of it. A little spray is not going to turn you blue. But what happens is the silver particle was too big and was getting caught in people's skin. And like I said, this is people who are drinking this much silver a day. So they were just drinking it. But colloidal silver is amazing. You can buy it anywhere. Like I said, Facial Lounge, but you can spray it in your mask. It keeps bacteria. You can spray it on your skin. It's also used for.
But your mother told me to take that as in fact, ever
You
since
can drink
COVID,
it.
I spray it in my
Oh,
mouth.
it's
But I
fabulous.
do now. How do you do you spray it on your face then?
Yep,
for
like
the-
a toner.
A toner.
Yeah.
So I
You
never
also
knew that.
spray it in the
She
mask.
told me to use it for an immune system a long time ago when I started traveling.
It's the
And
best
then
thing in the
as
world.
soon as COVID came, I got another bottle.
And there's no sprays, which are my favorite. Anyone who has allergies, sinuses, you get this stuff and watch. We're going to get the emails. I have people I get thank you gifts all the time from colloidal silver. It's affordable. You could make it at home. I tell people not to. I was going to make it on my own, and like I said, you don't want to make it wrong. But I found this doctor who happens to know how to make the cleanest water. He actually takes the water and remineralizes with real crystals and then adds silver. It's the coolest thing in the world. But any silver, I tell people, it's going to help. And it also is good for any rashes. I mean, people with diabetes issues, you can spray this on. Now, if it's an open wound, you've got to keep that dry.
Yeah.
But besides that, it will scrapes and stuff. Colloidal silver it's like magic. So
You are isn't she amazing,
She
Mike?
knows
She knows
everything.
everything about skin. And she doesn't ever tell it to me when I'm hanging out with her. So it's like from now on, we're just going to hang out. We're going to do a 24-hour day podcast. So like last week, castor oil. I went out and bought some castor oil and look at my curls are back. I mean, I don't know. It's fantastic. But I think I started out, I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but the political fighting is getting so bad. We live in a trailer park, right? So there's all this scuttlebutt going on because in our trailer park, a couple of people put up a couple of signs for Trump, and then right after that, people put up a couple signs of Biden, and then a couple that, and this and that. So all the people that in our trailer park are going around.
I drove
The
by. There's
people
big
living-
flags everywhere.
They're just asking you, like, do you have an opinion? Will you put up a flag? And I'm like, this is so funny.
It is. Yeah.
It's just.
It looks like the Crips and Bloods out there. I was driving by all the flags. That's how I felt.
except for when one side has guns.
Yeah.
One side has guns more than the other. Yeah.
I just honestly,
The other has healthcare.
my parents were radical conservatives,
Yeah.
and I grew up in a very radical home, but yet my parents never. They had many friends that were very, very liberal, ever their whole lives. There was a camaraderie. They didn't care once they knew they had different political opinions, but they were friends.
Yep.
And they hung out together.
Yeah.
Nobody did. I never saw one fight. Never heard about a fight. But it's now. I never heard about a fight between my parents and their friends, Lou. I didn't, and they didn't.
No.
And my parents were radical. They were John Birch Society members,
Wow.
and so
Yeah.
and they had all kinds of diverse friends, and all the way till they died. And And I
Kinda
just,
cool.
that's what I wish would happen again now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, it's
Exactly.
true.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
It starts at the top because back then, if you look at old footage, and I just had this conversation earlier. If you look at old footage of like the debates between Nixon and Kennedy,
right.
they're sitting down, they're being respectful of
Yes,
each other.
It's classy.
It's classy.
Yeah.
They're listening
Right.
to
No
each other.
disrespect. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But nowadays, everybody's just
Oh,
too busy talking shit to each other to find out about.
I agree.
Anything.
I posted something funny a while ago about like I'm nobody for 2020. Like they're all driving me crazy. but I came from a family, very liberal family. So I have and my grandmother was very, 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 very liberal, and she lived in a conservative. And when she was older, like home, and it was like a retirement home. And I remembered really healthy debates.
Yeah.
There was lots of politic talking, but they never not talk to each other. They would break bread afterwards and have dinner and agree to disagree. And I never saw ugly in that. Now my grandma would get mad in her very Jewish,
Yes.
they don't know what they're talking about. But she was very respectful. And that's what I think we're losing respect in general. People are allowed to have opinions, are allowed to like who they like.
And I think that if people are extreme, like on the top, like, if let's face it, I mean, the discord in America has, come to a different level. And it's like, I feel like we need to just be kind and clear. I've interviewed myself with so many different people on the different side of the spectrum, and I want to hear their opinions and I want to learn from them because I don't know anything. I don't know what I think. I just think things. I want to hear other people's opinions to influence mine. But I also feel like, it's very important to vote.
I agree.
Always vote. Just
I agree.
vote.
I agree.
Just vote. Just have a voice. Don't forget that that's why we're in America. But just lately the trailer park wars of all these flags and signs. Like people are like, and they're like, people are taking the signs and people want to put cameras up. It's just funny. It's so funny.
It's just getting started.
I think I saw a golf cart Rambo's flagpole the other day.
That's so funny.
No, it's definitely.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's just,
life in the trailer park.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to say about this, and then I'm going to personally move on from
Okay,
it, is
okay.
we also need to stop treating these politicians like they're celebrities because
Good point.
because they work for us.
yes.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to work for us. So the more we just blindly follow them and just cheer them and
Yeah, we
root for
can
them like
question
they're our
them.
favorite
Yeah.
sports team,
Yeah.
the worse it's going to get
I agree.
Yeah.
on both sides.
I agree.
That's true, Mike.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, everybody wanted to have sex with Kennedy. But
Yeah,
that's
I still do.
yeah. And then of course, right. So and Jackie and then Ronald Reagan, he was super hot to me too. I mean, I can't. Nixon didn't want to. I want to take a pass, but I totally would have done Reagan and Obama and a threesome. Oh my god, it was a perfect threesome. Sorry. Yeah. It was like, shut up.
Yeah.
You just really need to wrap it up, Vicki. All of a sudden, he just sees me having sexual, political fantasies. Tonight, I'll be asking him to dress up as the first lady.
That's funny.
Well, I'm so glad now we know how to cure a mask. So tonight we're going to start talking a little bit because it's happening, and everybody I'm coming in contact with is just freaked out by homeschool. I call it pretend school. Sorry.
I'm doing a horrible job.
Amber, you can't be doing. You know what? Here's the thing. This is what I've always said. Everyone who homeschooled intentionally before COVID,
Yeah.
they were the last people that should have been homeschooling, right? The most incompetent, weirdest people were the ones who go,
Shaking.
I'm homeschooling. When we used to live in this family trailer park after I first started stand-up,
Yeah.
and we go to our swimming pool, and there was this one woman there. She had 5 children. She was a single mom with 5 children at a trailer park, and she was bragging that she was homeschooling. I'm like, listen, ma'am, you are the last person in the world should be teaching children how to succeed in life. You're a single mom of 5 in the family trailer park in the middle of Vista.
You barely have a home.
Right, you need assistance, and your children.
Oh, no.
So, But I've always felt like the most weird, like, sorry to say, I mean, the people that you should not, there's
I
totally
agree.
exceptions because there's amazing homeschool teachers. There's people that really are like geniuses and they want the better education for their child. But there's always a bunch of people that go, I don't want to get up that early.
Yeah.
That would have been me if I
Yeah.
could have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would just stay home and watch Jerry Springer all day with the kids. That's what life is like, bitches. Attention. Right? So now everyone is forced to be a homeschool teacher.
Yeah.
Right?
kind of.
Well, yeah. And so, oh my God, my microphone fell off the whole time. Well, you guys got a break. I didn't yell at your ear. So, Amber,
Yes.
you are doing it with 2 children,
Yes.
ages
8 and 9, well, almost turning 9 and 10.
Right.
They're a year apart,
Yeah,
about to
exactly.
turn 9 and 10. And I am having a very difficult time with homeschool. I realize the hardest thing I think is memorizing everyone's logins for their the passwords.
like
and
every
everything.
class has a different login.
I don't know.
Who knows? You don't even know.
So what I found out was they've been staying logged in because it's just easier because we can't figure it out. And I think this week my kids switched computers. They're in 3rd and 4th grade.
Ha!
So I think
So you get into doing Jason's
yeah,
work.
Jason, yeah. So I think they figured it out, but I'm like, I don't care. Just get on.
Third
Some
grade's
of
the
my- they
worst.
look alike.
Get it happening.
They look alike, yeah.
That's
So
funny.
Hendricks is having a hard time. I'm like, oh, I think he's doing 4th grade work. But yeah, and they had a substitute, so we didn't know whose Zoom meeting was whose Zoom meeting. So this is chaos. It's chaotic at the least, and the whole thing too. We have 2 different types of computers with 2 different chargers. So just charging the computers at night and getting them on in the morning is my hardest thing because we have to keep finding the chargers, which charger goes to which computer. Honestly, it's just I'm ready to give up.
Oh,
Mike,
wow.
Mike, you have a 15-year-old.
I'm a 15-year-old. I have a sophomore in high school at home, and it is so easy for me.
Yay.
He's tech savvy. He knows what he's doing. If he has a question about anything, I can help him. But he's doing all the work. He's logging in, and when COVID first happened, he had to finish off the school year on being homeschooled and doing all that virtual learning, whatever. His grades actually improved.
Wow.
Wow.
So our deal with him is make sure you get all your work in. If you're having problems, ask. If you start slipping and missing assignments, we're going to step in and put you on a very rigorous, this is what you do when.
Yeah.
Until then, you're on your own program.
Cool.
And he's been on top of it.
That's
So
awesome.
Sounds like a Marine giving instructions to a child, which I think is great.
I'm over rewarding my kids. I'm like, if you log in on time all week, you get like a new.
$35.
Yeah, too much. No, they
Yeah.
wanted this new PlayStation
Yeah.
thing, and I didn't know
So
they were
about
$100.
I'm
Right.
like, if you want
One
us
week of work, they got 2 things out of me.
like if you want us out of your hair, make sure your stuff is done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, We're gonna be all up in your shit. So
I like that.
My daughter Emily's freaking out because she says that you'll be going along and everything will be fine one day, and the next day you'll try to log into the exact same place, and the kid can't log into the Zoom meeting, and the kid's missing his Zoom meeting.
Yes.
Her children are like her; they're all like Type A, especially Joel. He's like, "I'm missing my Zoom meeting. I'm missing my Zoom meeting,"
The
and he
meltdown.
it's just like horrible for the meltdowns.
It's
For the
crazy.
children, what they're putting them through. Ugh. I think the teacher should have a speech at the beginning of every class. Kids, if your Zoom does not go through today, chill out. It's not your fault. We have a glitch. Just relax. We'll try to do our best, and we'll come back tomorrow and hope it will be better. I think they should say that at the beginning of
I
every
do.
day.
My kids'
because what
meltdowns
these kids are
really
going
serious.
through,
Yeah.
because they're expected to perform. Because bottom line, you guys, the way our kids are taught today, and my kids too, they're very goal-oriented, test-oriented. And these kids were taught since they're in kindergarten, get ready for the test, sleep well. They're very much like thinking if they're not going to mash up, they're going to be looking bad for them and for their school. So the kids have a lot on their backs.
Yeah.
And so I just think it'd be really nice if there was a disclaimer every morning saying, chill out, kids. This is technical. We're learning how to do it. If there's a glitch and you don't make your Zoom meeting, we understand. And they could go, oh, well, then a lot of kids won't even bother going in at all because they could just say there was a glitch. No. Guys, by the way, we know there's a glitch. So don't just think you can't come. Come.
Yeah.
And if
My
there's a
kids,
glitch-
my kids do want to be there. They actually like to see their friends on
Right,
Zoom.
yes,
But it's the logging in that's stressful.
yes.
It's making sure I have my clothes on. It's you know what I mean. No, really, these are things that like mine are
Amber,
like.
have you?
Who am I
What have you
My
shown?
boys are
What have you shown?
already. They might have seen me in my underwear. And I was leaning over the computer to get the other one, and I'm like, there you go, third grade. This is a 40-year-old vagina. But, but it was probably fast, but no, this really happens. They're like, put your clothes on. And Hendrix likes to. Hendrix doesn't zoom in his underwear, so he looks good from here. My favorite Zoom thing in the world is all the kids' Zoom hair. Next time, anyone who has kids, look at all the kids. Now, some kids actually do their hair. Their parents wake up and they brush their hair and they look nice.
Yeah, my stepson does that to make sure his hair.
Oh my God! Well, some of the kids
adorable.
are hair smashed to one side. You know what I mean? Toothpaste, and they're just barely locking in. And then my kids are mixed. So they have this big curly hair. They don't listen. They look so crazy that I actually saw my son on Zoom when he was talking in the background. I went, we should have brushed his hair. It's just, had in, sleep in his eye, and his underwear on. And so he has to get up from Zoom. He has to like slither off because he's wearing his underwear. And then I'm in my underwear in the background, so he gets mad. And then also my other son's so smart, he cleans up an area so that they can see behind it looks good. Hendrix is so bad. I'm like, get away from my room. It's a mess. Like they're gonna see our dirty clothes. So so that's another thing. The whole class gets to see if you're messy or not.
You know,
We have certain rooms that they can go in.
I have a special treat, you guys.
Mm.
My friend Karen Enlow, I met her when Lily, my second daughter, was in kindergarten. And she was just the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. She's Swedish. She still looks like she's 9 years old to this day.
I love that.
She's beautiful blonde Swedish, totally tall, thin, two beautiful blonde daughters, a little blonde son. And she looks like she just got off the boat from Copenhagen. And we were all in a inner city magnet school. And it was a really great school, fantastic school, like amazing. And she was so lovely, and her daughter Lily liked her daughter Nicole. And I thought, oh, she'll probably not be friends with us because we just moved into the trailer the year before. Or that year, we live in a trailer, and she probably won't like us. Anyway, we got to know them, and guess what? Karen lived at Tiki Village Trailer Park.
Yes.
She and her husband bought their first home, a really big, fancy, just gigantic, 155,000. Yeah, it was pretty great. And in the Tiki Village, which was a very exclusive trailer park, but she goes, oh, we live at Tiki Village. I go, what? What? I never told her that. And I didn't think she'd ever talk to me. But so anyway, we were young moms, and she said she wanted to become a teacher. And her husband said, oh, no, I don't think that you will become a teacher. And she was devastated. And I go, who listens to their husband? But she did. And then about 4 months later, I see her and she goes, I've enrolled for college. She is going to become a teacher. This backwards husband, she defied him. And she said she's going to do it. And she did it. And slowly, as all the years that I started stand-up, kind of when Lily was about 8, Nicole was about 8, and Karen started teaching school, we both started together. Karen became a teacher, and I became a comedian. And Karen is an amazing teacher. She's a teach with your hair on fire kind of teacher. And she loves teaching. And she actually started teaching purposefully in really low income schools. And all the kids spoke Spanish, but Karen doesn't speak Spanish because she's, of course, Swedish. I mean, she's so Swedish she can't learn Spanish. It's just impossible for her brain. So she volunteered, just targeted to teach in Hispanic, mostly language schools as a kindergarten teacher. And she rose through the ranks because she was such a loving and great teacher, and she loved her children so much that she rose through the ranks. And now she's, like a lead teacher of all these sites and everything. And so she's amazing. And I don't know what grade level she's working at this year, but I think it's probably kindergarten or first. And we're going to get to talk to her because I'm going to call her right up and we're going to ask her some advice for parents.
Yeah, I need this.
Yep. And
Perfect.
then, so let's do it. Okay, here's Vicki Barbolak doing technology.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wish us
Oh
Yeah.
my
luck.
gosh.
No problem.
We did a test run and we
Yeah.
did it.
We practiced. It's not like we don't try.
No, you gotta
guys.
pick the thing. Did you pick the right
Oh,
one?
no.
Probably off.
Oh. Wait, sorry. Calling again.
No, you're good.
So tell me again.
Is the red blue
No.
light on?
But
I
I didn't
just turned
do.
it
I
on,
didn't do
so-
the important thing first.
And Kate Casey says she wants us on her podcast.
Oh no, it just goes right to that. There's no choice.
I got you.
Thank you. Mike will be right with. Mike's gonna fix everything. That gives us time for a little sip. So anyway, this week I started the intermittent fasting, and so I only eat or any calories between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. So I have to continue to drink wine steadily until 8 p.m. Pacific.
Hello.
Hi, Vicki.
Hey, Karen. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. This is my dear friend Karen. Say hey, Karen. This
Hi,
is Amber,
Karen.
Lou, and Mike. Jimmy just heard your voice.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, beautiful. So I just told everyone how pretty you are, and if you could possibly ever gain weight, I would so appreciate maybe a wrinkle, maybe an age spot, anything. Like she literally looks like she's 12 years old. Karen, this year, what grade level are you teaching?
I'm in transitional kindergarten, the little guy.
Oh, my
Oh.
favorite.
And are you on remote learning?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How many kids are you remoting?
I only have 18.
Are you happy about that, Karen?
I'm happy about 18.
Oh, that's really
much
good.
Better than 24.
That is so good. So how many weeks have you been in the school doing it?
So this is our third week of distance learning.
And these are 3, 4-year-old, 4 and 5-year-olds?
They are all 4 years old, turning 5.
Okay. Karen, how? Okay, I'm going to ask you first how I want to ask you, like, if you could give advice to parents, grandparents at home that are working with their children. But first I want to ask you, how did you, because I know what, Karen is a teacher that is like the great teacher that you ever had, the one that, people
They
come
always
back and
remember, yeah.
she really is, not because she's my friend, just because that's who she is. And she loves teaching beyond belief. It's her whole life. So Karen, how did you prepare and how do you evolve in this new environment?
Well, I think you have to go into it with a positive attitude and a willingness to learn, because I had to reteach myself all these things on the computer. That's not how I teach. It's not how I feel children learn. But, every week I try something new and I put that under my belt and I feel good about it, and just keep trying, you just got to keep trying, because I think the kids feel your apprehension or,
Yes.
and my kids, they're excited about learning. I'm actually quite surprised.
Oh, that's so
I
great.
tell them, I'm learning this right along with you. They think it's so funny,
That's so funny. I love that, because you know what else? You are like a new thing in their lives, and they're starved for somebody. It's like you're like a new show,
I feel like I'm doing a show every day. I do.
Yes. We've talked about that, like being a stand-up and the audience sees right through you. And when you're a teacher, the audience of children, they see right through you. You cannot be fake. Can I ask you, and I didn't ask you before this, if I could ask you, but could you share like one of the tricks that you learned this week or last week that changed things?
Well, I think, you just have to learn by doing and getting that technology to them, but also finding a balance of, especially small children, anyone under grade 4,
Right.
is when they've had enough of whatever you're teaching,
Yes.
and back away,
Yes.
and then maybe do a dance or do
Oh,
something.
That's
Do something.
nice.
Do a scavenger hunt. Everybody go find something pink and bring it back, and then they share. So you can't just do academics.
I
You have
love
to
that.
Karen, brilliant.
somehow in this remote world build a community. somehow.
Have you had
Love
any
it.
kids fall asleep on their Zoom?
No, but last year, at the end of last year, I did, yeah.
Okay, because my kids, that's been a problem with one of my sons.
Yeah,
He just is bored to
and I
death.
just let him sleep. Just go ahead and sleep, honey.
Yeah, the teacher texts me and goes, Hendrix is sleeping on Zoom. I go, okay, I'll go wake him. Because I have two, both third grader and a fourth grader. And have you seen anything inappropriate in the backgrounds of Zoom?
Well, you know, my kids, they take their shirts off. And, you know, today I was teaching a math lesson and a little girl left the lesson. I could see her in her room. She just started playing with her toys. She was done. She was done for the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. But what about parents? Any parents yelling at kids or walking by in their underwear or anything fun like that?
Oh, no. Amber's talking about herself.
Yeah, yeah, that happened to me.
Well, taking their clothes off, yeah.
Or like dirty
Yeah,
houses.
just
Have you been
yeah.
nosy? Have you been nosy at anyone else's? Were you shocked at anyone's rooms or houses or anything? I feel like I'd be nosy.
No,
like
but
that.
I did have a colleague of mine in kindergarten, and they were doing a Zoom at the end of last school year, and a dad went by in his underwear.
Karen, I had this idea at the very beginning of our show tonight. Just because, certain kids, my grandson Joel, if they can't access his Zoom meeting, the same one they access every day, for some reason today they can't access it. Joel his whole life is shattered, and I just really think it'd be really nice if there was a disclaimer at the beginning of every day of school saying, "Kids, we're doing the best we can. If you can't get to your Zoom meeting, we're don't worry about it, And if you just think you can not watch and take off, we know where you are, and we know when the Zoom meeting's not working. So I mean, you know what I mean? Like, just relax,
Yeah.
kids. Especially.
Yeah, my kids know that. My parents know that. I mean, I have to do a shout out to my parents because so many of them work.
Yes.
And they work from home,
Yes.
and they have many children in school, and they're on Zoom, and then they have to do independent work, and they're back on Zoom again, and then Zoom isn't working.
Yeah.
And, if it's not working, or if your child has had enough, I would just say you're done for the day. Don't
That's
worry
so
about it. I'm not going to
nice.
stress. I
Right.
don't want to stress parents out.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
Oh, Karen, I feel like if you could we could just give you all over to everyone
Yeah.
like fairy dust.
Mhm.
So the other thing I was going to ask you was, I think you just kind of answered it, was if you could give it, some advice to the parents who aren't lucky enough to be in your classroom, what would you tell them?
Well, I think you have to children feel your anxiety. So you have to try and put game face on, and always we are doing the best we can, and that's all we can do right now. And it's okay. I tell my kids every day today, it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to log off. And parents need to be kind to themselves that they're trying their best. This isn't in the whole picture of things. If they miss some learning, they'll make it up later.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not that big of a deal.
Right on, Karen. Right on. I think there's just people feeling, we're competing, or there's such a competition. We have to get month by month to get these kids up to this level of this month, so that like there wasn't geniuses around the whole world in history that never even went to class and learned on their own. I mean, there's just all this brainwashing that we have to be so afraid.
I agree.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Every kid does it in their own time.
Yeah.
And if they don't feel safe and secure, then no learning goes on anyway. So
True, right
teachers
on.
have to build that right now before anything.
True.
Right.
I always tell my friends with little ones, they get all stressed if their kids aren't potty trained by a certain age or doing what they think they should do. I go, listen, eventually they all poop in a toilet. They all pee in a toilet. They all get rid of their pacifiers. They all stop sucking
Yeah.
their thumb. Calm down.
Right.
It'll eventually happen. It's just so silly that people get so mad about if they're not potty trained by this age or,
That's true.
Yeah.
when you don't put the
Yeah.
pressure on the kids and let them, both my kids were so opposite, and they're eventually sleeping in their own bed, pooping on their own, and they don't have pacifiers. I mean, it's like,
You've
Yeah.
won. You've done your job.
Yeah.
Well, Karen, I cannot thank you enough. I think you've given everybody a lot of hope, and I'm so grateful. I mean, I can't wait till my daughter Emily hears your pep talk tonight,
Yeah,
which I consider
Emily needs to be kind to herself
yes,
because we're all in this together,
Yes.
and it takes a village. And
Right.
we can do it. We can do it. We'll get there.
that's absolutely true. And please go ahead and try to eat some marzipan or something. And I love you. Anything, Karen. She's so beautiful. All right, honey. Thank you so much.
Bye,
All
Karen.
right.
Say hi to the
All right,
girls.
bye.
And okay, bye, honey.
Bye.
was
Super
good.
nice.
I love her.
You know, she's the best. She doesn't smoke pot. She's a dear friend of mine. I just put that as a segue in because
Sponsor time.
it was so funny when Hendrix was here last week, and I was so afraid
Yeah, I
to
know
mention
you were.
the beautiful. I just felt really terrible about that, because I'm like a baby. But this is a genius pipe, and I know that a lot of people are smoking pot again, and and new people are young people, old people. But I just truly believe in this. Amber also agrees. We sent her one.
She got me one, and I don't smoke a lot. And when I do, I don't like it. I actually don't like it because it makes me cough. And right now, during COVID, the last thing I want to do is be coughing, right? I was floored. I'm pretty sensitive. How amazing this was, where I got literally no burn, no cough, and I'm highly impressed with this company.
It is true because it brings the smoke down to room temperature, and it catches a lot of the tar in all these little 2200 little bumps. So it is really amazing. Lou used to cough. He never does. He's a musician. He's always been a big pot smoker. And for me, as I always say, I quit when the kids were born because I didn't want to share. But it's just a really wonderful thing. And if you go to geniuspipe.com, watch the videos, see how it works. And also Lou says you smoke a lot less because it's really efficient, and he likes that. And it's really easy to clean. But just go to geniuspipe.com, watch the videos. If you want to buy one at the end, go the checkout coupon code trailer, just trailer. You get 20% off.
And it gets better. Some of them actually, when you open them, have naked ladies and fun pictures, and they do some
The
fun things.
limited collection.
Yeah.
They're gonna make one for us, Amber.
Good.
A couple of balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
You
Come
open
on,
it, it
Genius.
gets bigger.
Yeah. I want that.
Oh my gosh, that is so much fun. Why not?
Yeah, no, this thing is, I was so impressed. I'm actually going to be getting this as gifts for Christmas for my aunt who's in her 70s, and
Yeah, exactly.
and she likes her vape, but she's gonna fall in love with this.
It's way. I think it's even better
Cleaner.
than a
I
vape.
do too.
Right, exactly. I was watching America's Got Talent last night, and it is amazing what they're doing, and with what they have, it's pretty
It's
cool.
really cool.
It's pretty cool.
The magician guy is one of my
Yeah.
friends.
And I don't know if anyone saw my friend Alex, the comedian, last night, but he
Alex
was
Cooper?
yes.
Oh, nice.
I thought what he did was genius, because
I missed last night.
well, I'll show it to you later. But he's like he's a roaster kind of guy, and he's a comedian kind of guy. But he figured out in this space, in this vast space of no audience, how to put on a really good comedic show. And I thought it was great. So I'm looking. I hope to God he goes through, because I thought it was phenomenal. And I just kept thinking, damn, I'm lucky I was on the year I was on. I just had really wonderful people to work with, very fun people, had an audience.
That was cool.
I mean, if I'd have done it this year, I would have done it this year. I would have figured it out. But
what's special, and not knowing me and Vicki are going to do this today, is Vicki got very limited tickets when you're on America's Got Talent. And I felt very honored that I got some of those tickets.
Of course.
And so, no, really, it's really cool. Not knowing this was coming and all the stuff that we're doing. So America's Got Talent has I really saw the behind the scenes and what went on. And I got to bring my kids, and they really connected with that. So it's a really cool show. And what they're doing now with it is really cool. I was impressed. People are being creative. I mean, you got to get really creative these days.
Oh, man, it's so true. Guess what? I'm so excited. Amber and I are working together on an outdoor comedy show. So La Jolla Comedy Store got shut down because San Diego City, Escondido City, they don't care if you have outdoor comedy, as long as you social distance. Mike, how was it this weekend?
This past weekend it was amazing.
The Grand Comedy?
The Grand Comedy Club, Adam, the owner of it, does it right. Like, he has every spaced out, everybody's taking temperatures on the way in, he's keeping a log of everybody that's come in. He switches out microphones between comics.
Oh,
and he,
that's smart.
sanitizes them throughout.
Didn't
So
think about
are you
that.
hosting or are you featuring?
I'm just opening.
Okay.
She's hosting.
Okay. So
I'm
yeah.
hosting. I'm
So there'll be a
You're
whole
hosting.
thing
And
that you have to
opening.
do while he's switching out. You might have
Okay.
to yell, you might use the cordless,
Okay.
but yeah, he does it great. The pizza's phenomenal.
Okay.
Hello.
It's amazing.
Well, I'm
pizza.
working for
I'm going to
food,
smash it down before 8 o'clock.
So
Yes.
and yeah, it's a great time. It's a really, really, really fun time. If you look on my
And
Instagram,
it holds 40 people a show, so it's very limited, which
Very,
is
And
limited.
if you ladies want to see pictures of Mike on stage, his Instagram is,
Mike Vin Comic.
yeah.
Mike
Oh my God.
Kevinn Comic.
And you were Taylor Tomlinson.
Yeah, I was hosting for Taylor Thomas.
She's such a doll.
And if you want to see me twerking, I'm on the other Amber Rose. And my twerk video almost went viral. It kind of fluffed out. I thought it was about to go viral and didn't quite make it. But a video of me going up an escalator went viral. That makes no sense. I mean, the video of me and your daughter shimmering, that one went, silliest things go viral. And
Isn't that crazy?
and then this one was like, poof. I thought, I told my friends, everyone's so excited about my show. And I was like, I know before COVID, I was really on a roll with my comedy. I was really excited. I was really, and then COVID hit and I had to cancel both 2 shows that I had. So I'm really excited to have this show right now.
My agent called me up the other day. He goes, do you want to have a feature in Tampa? I'm like, Tampa? In October 3rd or something?
Fun.
Is it happening? I thought they canceled it. And he goes, yep, it's all good. So I get to go to Tampa in
Nice.
October. And
Pick one of us now. Make a
come
choice.
on,
Hello, do you
Sophie's
need a
Tampa?
choice.
Tampa?
Yeah.
Guess I go. And then after
Lou, scoot over.
and then the next week is Salt Lake City, which I totally love. Salt
Oh
Lake
my
City comedy.
God.
The
fun.
audiences in Salt Lake City are the funnest. People told me this, that the audiences in Salt Lake City are the funnest audiences. Like, really? Okay. And it's damn true.
I love
Really
that.
fun. So I'm super excited.
Yeah,
about
I
that.
always do comedy shows in LA, like the hardest audience.
Oh, the worst.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do the worst shows. I just don't know what it is about me, but I love it. I like the
Well, it
challenge.
makes you
Yeah.
stronger.
Yes.
Well, I have to be. Yeah.
Every time anything I have that's like really destroying down in San Diego, I
Yeah.
take
In
it off.
LA, they all want to look good and they don't laugh. They just look at you like, you better make me laugh, bitch.
Yeah.
And when you take it to LA, what happens?
Oh, if I have something that's really crushing in San Diego, I'll take it to Los Angeles. And if it does well in Los Angeles, then I know I've got
good,
something
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's true.
That's so cool. I'm excited. I feel weird though because, I don't feel weird. These are laws in the cities that they agree to, and they're doing capacity what they think is safe. If they cancel at the last minute because the COVID goes up, because we all have to make our own decisions through this. And for me, I kind of made a decision that I couldn't just stay in my trailer.
Yeah.
I wanted to see my grandchildren. The first month I didn't see my grandchildren. I was 6 feet away, and I was like,
So
oh.
hard.
And I decided, you know what, I was gonna do it. And then once I did that, and then to have gone to my first show in Wisconsin, and that was a big step. And now I'm gonna go to Tampa, and I just, we all are who we are. And for me, I love stand up so much. I love performing, and I feel like I'm kind of doing people a service.
You are.
And if the clubs are social distancing, they're taking temperatures,
Correct.
then I feel like I'm not doing a bad thing.
And I agree.
That's my
And
issue.
people,
Am I
people
doing a bad
are,
thing?
No, you're right. You're not. People are moving differently now. You got to realize when this hit, no one was washing their hands. Everyone was all over each other.
Mask.
And now we're really moving differently. Even when I went to Target, everyone's starting far away from each other.
Yes.
There's just this. So I feel like my dad said even the flu season's going to be very low this year because people are washing their hands.
Right.
Like hepatitis is at its lowest. My dad was saying all these other things that
Wow.
were not even on the news are so down.
I bet you STDs are down.
I hope so. That's a good one to look
You
at.
think so?
They better be because.
Can anyone Google that?
I'll Google it
I
right
bet you
now.
they are.
Are STDs
Lower. Okay, you got it.
Right.
lower?
Yeah.
So things are. So I think that in general, the world is a little cleaner to move around. I know how scary COVID is, But I think that really people know if they have the symptoms or catching it early. You got to realize February, March, April, people weren't sure. Nowadays, if someone doesn't feel good, they are definitely staying home. They're not moving around. It's just a little different. So I think it's great.
Well, I'm very grateful that some work is coming in, because not just because of the money, because I don't even care. I mean, I don't care.
Just be in the world.
Because also the money that you're making, all the deals are being renegotiated because they're running at half capacity. So you're flying across the country to make a third amount of money that you would have made before, because you also can't sell T-shirts and stuff. So, but it's like, you know what? I did stand up for $1 for 20 years. Why do I care? I just want to do it.
That's how I feel with my business too. When we open up, I mean, I know we're only going to be at half capacity. When we do open, we're going to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard for half the money. I mean, all the thousands of dollars I put on shields and different barriers and all these things that we did. Got rid of all our fancy curtains and had solar shades put in so they're white. Got rid of all our fluff. It cost me a lot of money. But I love it so much.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see my clients. Like, I'm just so excited.
Oh, yeah.
I worry about, like, what is this thing? Like, say you work for British Airlines and they ask you to work at 50% of your pay.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did
Yes.
they really?
Yes. Yes.
I did not know.
They're just, and I think that's happening with a lot of companies. Like my cousin was going to get a raise of 30%, but they go, all raises are frozen. So I think like all people are being asked, not all people, but a bunch of people
We're working harder.
that are
and
working
less.
in their jobs are being
Making less.
asked, like we are asked, to make less money for the same work. And I don't know how they're feeling about it, because I kind of feel like I get an extra bonus because I'm doing something kind of weirdo that I love. When I sold carpet, I didn't really love it. I really I liked helping people get a good deal on flooring, but I really did.
Yeah.
But it didn't make my heart leap,
Yeah.
like comedy. So if somebody would have asked me, would you like to continue to help people get a really good deal on flooring, better than anyone else could give them, and give them great advice on what they should buy and really good design advice too, would you continue to do it for us at 50%? I might say, shit, are you kidding me? And then if I understood they were making really less money, I would probably say yes. But if I understood they weren't, I don't know.
Some of my friends have it easy though. Some of my friends are still making the same pay, working from home, not spending gas, waking up in their underwear, getting all their work done, and they're actually saving money.
Yes.
They're eating at home. So before they had to drive to work, pay for parking, pay to eat lunch with all their friends.
Their makeup.
Clothes. Their hair done.
Like $40 a month.
So seriously, my friends are saving money working from home.
Yeah.
Saving gas, saving miles on their car, and making the same amount of money. So there's some people who are like killing it. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I think that's going to continue because a lot of companies go, why should we put in these big, expensive office building rentals when we get, like my daughter's a scientist. All the scientists are working from home.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some stuff that scientists actually need to do in the laboratory.
Yes, of course.
But I do see how I feel bad for commercial real estate. We don't need.
They should all turn into lofts because we need more housing. Just turn all the office buildings into bitchin' lofts.
Right.
And that's happening in a lot of places. Lou and I, when we were traveling on the tour, we love seeing these cool cities like Cincinnati, all these cities, turning their beautiful downtowns. Every city pretty much, Lou.
Yeah.
We could name every city we're at.
Oh, yeah, Dayton.
Turning their old office buildings and warehouses and factories into bitchin' lofts.
Right.
I mean, it's
That's actually really cool.
Oh, isn't that what Tom Hanks did in Big?
Oh,
and he just like some weird warehouse.
I wanted that house to this day. Are you kidding me? That big
so.
piano. That big piano. And oh my God, that was the coolest loft. And
by the way, I do have for the STDs with COVID, they're actually worried that they're skyrocketing because nobody's getting tested.
Oh no!
Because everybody's staying away and staying
Oh
inside
no,
and stuff
that
like that.
sucks.
So that's what they're worried about, the STDs and STIs and stuff
STDs
like that.
So they feel like they don't know any.
They don't know
They
anything.
don't know.
So technically that means the numbers are down, but they don't want to say the numbers are down.
Because nobody's getting tested. Testing is down.
That's terrifying.
Wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Not you, them, the listeners. Make sure.
Do you know it's a really funny time? One time, Lily and I, my daughter Lily and I, she was, I think she was about 18 or 19, and we were driving down the street, and I said, Polly Shore told me something about condoms that I want to tell you. And Lily goes, whatever you're going to say right now, I just don't need to hear.
I would
Or
take
it's-
that advice from the weasel.
And she goes, or it's going to be really funny. So go ahead. And I said, okay, Polly said this on stage. I told her. Because I learned this when I was dating Lou at the very beginning. It was KY, condom, KY. That's what I learned from Polly Shore. I told that to my daughter while I'm driving. I remember I was driving near the lagoon at Carlsbad. I remember the road I was on when I said this to her. And she goes, okay. I go, all right, we'll never discuss this again. So then she came home from college, her first year of being a college volleyball player at Cal State Monterey Bay. And she came home and she said, and she asked me before she came home, Mommy, would you like to go to Planned Parenthood with me? When I come home, I go, I will be with you for any moment on your home visit. I would love to take you to Planned Parenthood. So we go there, and we're sitting outside in the waiting room, and we don't discuss anything while we're in Planned Parenthood. I'm just assuming, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to Planned Parenthood with my daughter. And so we're sitting outside in the waiting room, and there's one of those, public service videos comes on. It goes, if you want to learn how to really, the most successful way to use a condom is KY jelly, condom, KY jelly. And so Lily and I see that. We fall down. We are literally falling on the ground laughing. We're falling on the ground laughing. And all these other people in Planned Parenthood might not be there for such happy reasons. But we are dying laughing.
That is really funny.
And
I did not know that, by the way.
You're like, no, Polly Shore told us that a few years
Yeah,
ago.
you're like, I already knew that.
and then afterwards, the doctor came out and brought Lily with me, and she said, the doctor goes, I just wanted to meet you. I just wanted to tell you that I think you have a phenomenal daughter, and I really love that when women take the initiative in their family planning, and I think your daughter's lovely. And I was like, whoa! And it was just one of the most special days.
My kids actually ask about condoms this week,
Oh, really?
Ooh.
and
That's
yes.
how it is in the
So
young world.
So
Watch the
I
TV.
have. It's interesting. So I feel like I don't want to say too much because my kids are so shy. But one of my sons is OCD, and I don't know how he's 10. He just turned 10.
Or 12 or 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Let's just mix it up. We
Yeah.
don't know who you're talking about.
Which one? We won't say which one. Anyways, he's a little OCD, a lot OCD, and he heard about STDs.
Cleans the house constantly.
Yeah, he does.
Amber never has a maid.
I love it. It's the best. And no, he actually scared to touch stuff, so he
I
doesn't
know,
quit.
I'm kidding.
So anyway, I think that's COVID. He thinks. So anyways, he learned that, and now he's so scared to ever get married and have kids, and I feel so bad. So I don't know how they found out about condoms, but they did, and they did. They're like,
It's
I have to
not hard.
turn off the front. Yeah, they're Googling. I don't know what they're Googling. I'm going to go through their phones.
Yeah.
But I have little finger condoms. So if I ever cut my finger, I have to put them on, especially because I'm an esthetician. And it's something I even, when I put that on, then I put gloves on.
Right.
So my son goes, it's tiny. It's, for a peek. He brought it out and said, is this a condom? I said, no, it's a finger condom because they've heard me say it. He's like, so is this what a condom? I go, this is exactly what a condom looks like. And he's like, put this. I'm like, do not try to put this on your baby.
Oh, no!
Leave these alone. Leave my finger condoms. They're in the kitchen. If you cut yourself. So yeah. So my friends found my finger condoms in the kitchen. It's already starting. I can't imagine what's about to happen.
If anyone ever reports Amber to Child Protective Services because Hendrix was caught with a pinky thing on his weenie, please, we all remember that she told him not to do it.
Don't put it on
And it's
there.
his fault.
Yeah, he the funniest thing is oh god, the thought of that. It's a kid size, but it's like child size condoms. When COVID did hit, they wanted gloves and things, and my son actually did say, "Is there a glove for that?" Because he was scared it would come in any hole.
Oh.
I mean, so this was already
wow.
yeah. And then, anyways, there's a really funny. I don't watch TV much, but I was at my friend's house and watched a 90 Day Fiance.
Oh.
Did you ever?
Of course I watched.
Have you
it.
watched the one where the guy has to put on a condom?
No, I've only watched two or three. Go ahead.
Okay, it's the funniest one. I have to find. He's so neurotic because he found out that parasites in the water can swim in his It's like a rare thing.
Yeah.
So he puts on a condom before he goes in the pool or the water. It's the funniest thing I've ever
Like
seen.
he's in Thailand or something.
He is.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So he wears that exactly where he was.
You know what? That's where your diseases that you get in Thailand don't come to the lagoon, dickhead.
I have to
Take it from
I have to
experience,
jump in
guy.
with this comment on YouTube
Okay.
from Amber Chapman.
Okay.
She said, my sister talking to her daughter and said, well, how do you know your dad is your dad? My niece said, oh my God, Mom, I need an STD test. My sister died laughing and said, you mean DNA.
Ah!
She said, God, Mom, you know what I mean.
Oh my God, what is your favorite one?
I have
Amber
one.
was-
I
Amber
did
was
one.
always
So
done,
my
that's funny.
aunt,
Tell her thank
my
you.
aunt is a comedian, Julie Kidd. She's very funny. My aunt has 3 kids by 3 different fathers, and this really happened. She was driving home and she had a little bit of wine, and she didn't have the kids in the car, and she got pulled over and she almost got a DUI. And she called my mom, hysterical. I was about 13, 14, 15. She goes, put your mom on the phone. And I said, what's wrong? She goes, I just got pulled over. I almost got a DUI. And I go, Mom, Julie's on the phone. They tried to give her an IUD. Because I'm dyslexic.
IUD.
Yeah, and I didn't know what that meant. I was like 13, and I'm dyslexic. A DUI, IUD.
It's so funny.
And so Mom got on the phone and they go, what did they say? Spread them. And they just kept going with that IUD. I was like, "No, we're just for you. Spread them." Yeah, that's what Julie needs. Pull her over and give her an IUD. So that was like the joke in the family.
Yeah.
And I mix up my words. I mix up my words a lot. So.
That's the hour, ladies.
Oh.
Yeah.
You guys, I have to say, I made this amazing Better Than Sex cake, and I put it on the website. Listen, it just was
Wanna go get
amazing. No, what happened was, I had my crock pot was underneath my trailer, literally. And it was because I had a pretty one. It was like a 3-parter crock. The other one was dirty, and I wanted to use this pretty one that was under the trailer. I pulled it out. I made this amazing peanut butter chocolate Reese's peanut butter cake, which is a crock pot cake, which I thought would be really fun. The problem was the crock pot didn't actually work.
Can I eat the top off?
It had been by the time we're done with
the top.
no, good news for you. By the time
I
the
think
show
they're
is
heating
over,
plates, not crock pots.
what?
They might just be heating plates because I think they use it to keep this food hot, not the cooking.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Lou explained it. I wasn't actually using a crock
Because it
pot.
looks like they're the kind that you put in.
But
in a
please,
baked
I'm
goods.
telling you, if you want to make a crock pot peanut butter chocolate cake, I made it all the way through to the end where I put it in the crock pot.
I mean, they were all
heating
cut
pot.
out, all the little.
And
it's so cute.
it is insane. The taste, I got a few tastes, and the fact that it's in a crock pot, how fun is it? Please look at the recipe. It's great. Don't forget to go to geniuspipe.com. Ed Cohen, thank you so much. Emily, thank you. Lou, thank you.
Yeah.
Amber, thank you. Mike, thank you. Everybody out there, I love you. And you know what? I really appreciate you being with me and us all. I look forward to it all week long. I love you all so much. I cannot wait to see you again on the road.
And Tadia says, come back to Pennsylvania.
Oh, I
Yes,
cannot
My son's
wait.
calling me. They know it to a T.
Love you guys.
Hi, Hendrix. Yeah. I'm coming right now.
Imagine getting an STD and go, at least it wasn't COVID.